Impeachment has been in the national news a lot over the past couple of years. Every state has rules for impeaching their own officials, like governors and secretaries of state. Every state except Oregon. Measure 115 would let the legislature impeach and remove elected officials, and bar them from holding public office in the state. Currently, Oregon is the only state where the legislature can't do this. In the past, when state officials have gotten themselves in trouble, they have typically resigned. Governor John Kitzhaber resigned in 2015 following accusations of influence peddling.
As a former presiding officer, I fully understand the reasons for which I have been asked to resign.
In 2023, Secretary of State Shemia Fagan resigned after it came to light she was consulting for a cannabis company, as her office was auditing Oregon's cannabis industry.
I owe the people of Oregon an apology.
But what if they hadn't resigned? The only way to remove a statewide official in Oregon is to put it to the voters in a recall, an expensive and time-consuming process. Anyone who wants to recall someone must collect signatures from 15% of everyone who voted in that official's previous election. They only have 90 days to collect those signatures, after which a recall election is held. That's hard to achieve. Oregon has never had a recall election for a statewide official. Republicans tried to recall former Governor Kate Brown 5 times, but failed each time to get enough signatures. If it passes, Measure 115 would give the legislature the power to impeach the governor, Secretary of State, Attorney General, State Treasurer, and Commissioner of Labor and Industries. Legislatures usually impeach someone when they're accused of committing high crimes or abusing the powers of their office. That could be something as serious as murder or a nonviolent crime like stealing computer data. But as seen with the impeachment of former President Donald Trump, what counts as a high crime is anything but straightforward. If approved by voters, impeachment in Oregon would look a lot like how it works in the federal government. The Oregon House of Representatives would need a 2/3 majority to impeach any official. Then the Senate would hold a trial to remove them from office. That would also need a 2/3 majority. A bipartisan group of legislators have been trying to add an impeachment clause to the Oregon Constitution for years. Typically, Republicans have been the main sponsors. They finally approved the ballot measure in 2023. Nearly every Republican and Democrat signed on in support. Those who have opposed it often say, Oregon already has a recall, so why do we need impeachment? And those in favor have argued, because that almost never works. Unlike a lot of other ballot measures, there isn't a whole lot of debate around Measure 115. Both parties want a way to hold officials from the other party to account. The larger question, in an increasingly polarized political climate, is how both parties might use or abuse the powers to impeach in the future.